Big Rig, what's up, buddy? Good to be
How
with
are you,
you.
Rob? It is great to see you, my friend. I know you're
I'm
on the road
good.
right now. You're into
Yeah,
the end of the month of October with Alice Cooper and Corrosion and Conformity. You guys look like you've been having a blast.
it's been sensational. I don't know whether you saw recently on Alice's Instagram and my Instagram. We did we did a picture together. Nate Phillips, Nate, somebody other, the original photographer, took a picture of Alice and myself by a tour bus in 1991,
Oh, wow.
and it was on the wall of the venue recently up in Connecticut. And as I'm walking off stage, Alice is in the coupe beckoning me. Alice is in the corner beckoning me to, what's going on? I'm sweating, you know. We're going to take a picture. We're going to take a picture. Oh, what, a picture. Give me a dude. I got to charge. No, we're going to do it now. Got to do it now. So he's got his photographer, serial killer, as he's called. And we recreate the same pose in
Wow.
2025. So if you look on both of our Instagrams, you'll see these two pictures. And that just gives a slight glimpse into the longevity of Alice and Priest and the friendship that we've had through these decades together.
History repeating itself again. It's an awesome
It's
thing.
amazing. It is. It's beautiful, man. It's beautiful.
Has there any moment besides that moment on this tour been something that's been like the moment you'll remember most from this tour? Has there been like a venue, a fan, something that's happened that's just stuck in your brain you can't get rid of?
Well, I think more than ever now, when we play War Pigs at the start of every set, everybody in the room, everybody in the building, everybody in the shed, everybody in the arena is screaming that song at the top of their voice. You know, they're screaming their hearts out for Ozzy, and so that's an extra kind of tingle and rush that we've been experiencing since day one on this tour that's been going for a few weeks now. Yeah, and that's just fantastic, you
I
know,
love it.
to be living in that world still of this great communication, emotion, this heavy metal community, as we call ourselves. It's just a great display of love. Yeah.
And that's it. It's the one thing that still brings us together, unites us, and we're all having a good thing. We have a common interest right before our very eyes, and we all just suck off each other's energy. It's a great thing. Now, it's a good segue into War Pigs, the charity version, which we obviously got just a few weeks ago, which has been an amazing thing. It's doing a lot of great things for Glenn Tipton's Parkinson's charity, also the charity that Ozzy was supporting as well. And as that came together, I know you had the prior commitment with the Scorpion, so you could not be there. But when did this idea pop into your head? And the vocals that you used, were those the original War Pig isolated vocals put in for you guys to go back and forth? How did that work?
Um, you know, as you mentioned, we already had committed to do the 60th anniversary with Scorpions, so it kind of made sense for me to think, well, we want to do something. We need to be a part of this fantastic day. It's just going to be one of the greatest days of music ever, which it was and always will remain so. So it was a no-brainer. We've been playing War Pigs forever. Why doesn't Priest? It's about time. Why doesn't Priest try to emulate and put the love into the Judas Priest style version of War Pigs, which we did. We kept true to the cause because you don't mess with a song like that. You keep it real. You keep it real. You add a couple of little textures to give it its own identity, but everybody works hard. Scott relearned how to play the drums. You wanted to, you know, homage to Bill. Ian played like Geezer, homage to Geezer. So you've got all of this great stuff going on into the performance, and then when Sharon suggested let's get Ozzy on there, it was just this is just going to go through the roof now. I
Yeah.
mean, you know how big how far past 11 Spinal Tap, how far past 11 can you go? And it's way past 11. You know, the fact that we were able to recreate it the way we did, I think, is enough. You know, it justifies the the opportunity to show that Ozzy had for Priest and Black Sabbath had for Priest. We grew up in the same neighborhood practically, just a few short miles from each other. We started in the late '60s. We had a long life in heavy metal rock and roll, and so for this to happen now, as bittersweet as it is, it was destiny. This was going to happen. This was going to happen, you know. So to hear Ozzy sing that first line and then I sing the second line and back and forth and back and forth, it's just magic. It's metal magic, and it's doing so many good things for those two charities that you referenced. So it's and the timing as well to release that when Ozzy had passed, and we were still grieving. I'm still grieving now. A lot of us are still
Absolutely.
grieving. We had to get the timing right, and when everybody felt that this was the opportunity to release this song, we went ahead and did it. So there it is, you know, Priest and Ozzy, and I listen to it now, and it's still very difficult for me to kind of, you know, enjoy it because I'm still too, you know, I'm just still can't believe it. It's like when Ronnie passed or when Lemmy passed or
Yeah.
any of the greats that passed, you know, because we're friends. That you make what Big Rig does on his show through his songs that he makes. You create friendships. You create friendships with the music that you play, the bands that you play. You create these relationships. It's an extraordinary, beautiful thing that only happens in music, you know.
Yeah.
So to be in that dimension, to be sharing this special moment together with this song is just an absolute glorious blessing.
It is. And Sharon reached out to you by note to let you know how much Ozzy appreciated that. Smiling ear to ear. I can just imagine him hearing that going,
Yeah,
wow,
yeah,
what a way.
yeah. A couple of years before he went home, couple of weeks before we did he did the show at the Aston Villa football ground. So you know, God's up there doing his stuff.
Yep.
Now this is going to happen, and then that's going to happen. Now we're going to do this, you know, and there by the will of God that goes that, you know, and it's just a beautiful, beautiful thing that's going on. And you just got to sit on the crazy train and let it all happen.
And that it
Sit on
has
the
been.
crazy train and let it all happen. Yeah, that's what
Now,
that song is about.
your crazy train continues. I mean, here we are. We're going to be celebrating Turbo's 40th anniversary, I think, next year. I mean, the album's the legacy for me. My one pinpoint moment, besides when I was a kid and I first heard Living After Midnight, for me was Painkiller. Because Painkiller, the way I first experienced that song was the radio station I worked with. We aired Metal Shop with Charlie the Butcher
Yes,
Kendall, and
yes,
they
yes.
world premiered it. We hadn't even been serviced the single yet. So we were trying to lift it off of that show so we could play it because it was like nothing that I'd ever heard. I was like, oh my God, this is like next level. And then, of course, Touch of Evil would follow. And it's still two of my most played songs in my iHeart Metal playlist that I have just because it meant so much. I mean, Painkiller, the first time I heard it was just like, wow. But what we had to do to get it so we could play it was even crazier. But, you know, next year would be, I think if you guys do the next record, it would be your 20th album, would it not?
It would be, yes, if we go to 20. I like the sound of that. 20. I'm all
Good
about
round number.
even numbers. I'm all about even numbers. But thank you for saying those beautiful things about Painkiller. When we were making that record, one of the few times that we went into the studio with an agenda, you know, because if you start controlling music too much, it doesn't, it loses its reality. You just let it flow. You let the music take you to where it's going to take you to. But we were in this isolated place in the south of France, Miraval Studios, and we literally locked ourselves away for the whole time of writing and recording that album. And as I said, the agenda was, after all of these previous treasures that Priest had created, here we are, the 1990s.
Yeah.
You know how it's like big rig in rock and roll. The start of every decade, really exciting things happen. I don't know why it does, but if you look at the start of the 90s, the bands that were banging out the big albums, Pantera, Metallica, Megadeth, a bunch of others I can't even think of, and so here it was. Painkiller was in that same energy field, and it was perfect timing for this band to show that we had still got the metal, that
Yeah.
we could still, you know, tear the place up. We could still, you know, get the fires roaring. We always knew that we had that ability, but I think this was the first time we made a concerted effort from each and every one of us. So that's what it is. Painkiller, from the first track to the last track, it just roars through. It just tears your head off.
Oh,
It's
it does.
insane.
It
It's
was a
insane.
tsunami of sound, is how I.
There
So
it
I was like, "There's
is.
just no better way
Yeah,
to put it." I mean, that's what it is. It is
brilliant.
just boom. Rob Halford joining us as we're talking about obviously the tour, but the future. Let's have a little bit of fun. Let's do a couple questions here and kind of go off the grid a little bit. Let me ask you this: strangest thing a fan has ever asked you to do?
Sign the baby.
Sign a baby?
Sign the baby.
Did they want to get a tattoo of the signature later? I mean,
Well,
you eventually have to bathe the baby. I don't get that. Not a breast, but an actual baby.
baby.
Wow.
We've
That
got
is
to
next
send.
level. How many years ago was that?
I think we were in Jersey somewhere doing a recording store.
Well, okay, never mind. That makes sense, Jersey. Absolutely.
So
Wow.
we were at an in-store. It was a great in-store, and tons of fans waiting outside. And the band sits at the table, and they'll sign.
Yeah.
The band is really busy. They'll just sign 2 items. So this album, that album, this picture, that picture. And suddenly a baby appears,
My baby.
like on a shelf. Like this baby's pushed in front of me, and I'm like, okay, this is a baby. It's a baby with a diaper on.
That is just
And
crazy.
it's probably hours old, and it's a baby. And I look up, and there's a beautiful couple, and I go, the baby. Can we sign the baby? I no, sign
No.
the baby. I am
Yeah.
not sign. If it had been Ozzy.
Oh man, that's definitely the strangest answer I've ever heard to that question. A baby. Wow.
If it had been Ozzy with the Sharpie.
Right? Oh yeah. Oh gosh. Oh man. Oh, I can
Oh,
see
can
it
you
now.
imagine? But
An
I said
Aussie moment.
I demurred. I said this is just a very generous, beautiful thing that you're offering. But no, I'm
But no,
afraid
I'm
I
good.
cannot.
Thanks.
We will not be signing. Please take your baby back and give me a piece of vinyl or a picture to sign. Sign the baby.
I love it. Rob Halford on with us. Let me ask you this. So the Food Network has all these shows now. They're doing like the Halloween Bake Off and all this. If you were to appear on a cooking show, what would the Rob Halford dish be? What would it be called? What would it be?
Ooh, actually, I do like to cook, Big Rig. I can cook you anything, man. I can cook you anything. Um, I've been asked from the UK side of life to do these home cooking shows,
Ah,
and I really don't think I have the ability to do that, quite frankly. But I do like to. One of my favorite dishes that I create is a wet taco.
nice. I've never met a bad taco that I didn't like. I'll be honest with you. Wet, dry, hard, what? I don't care. Wet taco.
A
What's the
wet.
favorite ingredient? What's the
No,
meat you put in a wet taco?
it's the turkey. It's the ground turkey. It's the
Ooh,
ground turkey. But you have to have the right seasoning. You have to have the right shells. You have to have the right cheese. It's all about all the ingredients, as everybody will tell you. Yeah. So my wet turkey tacos are just one of the things available on the menu.
I
Yes,
love
there
it.
you go.
That is amazing.
I don't know
Now,
how that associates with Halloween. I don't know. Maybe it's the red salsa could be kind of like the blood additive. That
you
might
do
work.
that. We add some
Yes.
nuclear hot sauce to it. We call it the
There you
painkiller, and
go.
that's the
There
end.
you
It's just
go.
the painkiller.
Perfect.
I love it.
Perfect.
One more before we go here. Fashion is always a big thing in any form of music. It always has been. And throughout the years, fashion has changed for you. Is there any fashion statement that you would never try on stage?
Oh no, I've done it all. I've done it all. There isn't no. No, including being stripped to my bare naked birthday skin one time in London. I used to whip the crowd. I can't do that now because of insurance. But I used to
Yeah.
whip the crowd,
Yeah.
And then this one show in London at the Odeon in London, and I get pulled in. It's like 7,000 screaming metal maniacs, and I get pulled in, and they just what can you like? We now have him on the ground in front of us. What do? We just take off all of his clothes, which is what they did, and then they threw me back on stage. So there I was in all my glory with my whip in hand. Chanting away, Judas priest, Judas
Oh,
priest. So yeah, I
that's
love
that's yeah. That's a fashion statement. That's hard to
it's a
follow up. I don't think
fashion
there's anything
statement.
else you
Yeah,
could do there. Wow.
yeah. Well, Adam and Eve, they started it with fig leaves. But listen, I love what we've been able to do in Priest. We were the band that really put together the visual side of this heavy metal power that you
Yes.
blast through the radio. And so the day that we put on the biker coats and the leather the pants and the whips and the chains and the studs and the handcuffs and the biker cap. Everything came together. There it was, you know. That's the look. That's the look. That look is so strong and so powerful. It can only mean metal. So we've had a wonderful journey in this band in Judas Priest through the decades, working with this fantastic guy in Scottsdale, Ray Brown Fashion. Ray Brown has been with us forever. And you know, these designs that we make, these things that we put on our backs to take out onto these stages around the world, they're really important because, much like Alice, we want to give you a night to remember.
Yeah.
We want, you paid us good money. You've taken money out of your wage packet. You've taken your good money. You put your money down for a ticket, and you deserve the best show that you can get. And that's what Priest is doing for forever now. And so, yeah, come and see this if you're going to see it. Come and see this great, glorious spectacle of clothing and costumes and drama and guillotines and motorcycles. Yeah, it's crazy,
Yes.
man. It's
Hell
beautiful.
yes. Rob, I really appreciate your time. I know you guys are busy while you're on the road and your time is precious. So thank you for spending it with us and have a great rest of the tour.
Thank you, Big Rig. Keep listening to Big Rig. Check it out, the metal. Check it out, the rock and roll. Stay hard, stay metal. Keep defending faith. Oh, yeah.
Awesome, Rob. Thank you so much, man. Have a great rest and safe tour.
See you, buddy.
Take
Bye-bye
care,
now.
bud.
All right, bye-bye.